I'm Angelo Giardino. I'm the medical director at Texas Children's Health Plan. And as we gear up for back to school, we see this as an ideal opportunity to get the kids, particularly the teenagers, into the doctor's office for all of their routine well child care. We've arranged for two of our primary care doctors to talk to us about how they use the back to school season in a way to get the kids into the office to do their well child care. Now let's hear what these two experienced pediatricians have to say about back to school time.
Hi, I'm Dr. White-Satcher, and I'm Assistant Professor of Pediatrics at Baylor College of Medicine, working here at Texas Children's Hospital. You know, it's going to be back to school time, so it's important to start thinking about things like sports physical. Remember, many of our teens don't love coming into the doctors for regular checkups, so take the opportunity of them coming in for a sports physical to actually try and do all components of their well visit. If you can, schedule enough time so that you can cover both the things necessary for a yearly visit with things necessary for their sports physical. One of the important things for screening for a sports physical is the risk for sudden cardiac death. There is no specific test that will let you know which patient is at risk for sudden cardiac death. The most important thing you can do is to take a thorough history through screening questionnaires and to do a comprehensive cardiac exam. Although it's controversial, there's really truly no proven benefits of routine screening EKGs on all patients participating in sports. What you should do, however, is based on your screening questionnaires and your physical exam, determine if the patient should have further testing, such as an EKG or possibly a cardiology consult. During your screening, you want to make sure you take a comprehensive review of any prior history of concussions. Based on their concussion history, it may determine whether you need to do any further advice regarding whether or not that patient is able to immediately participate in sports. Another important thing to talk about is if that child were to have a concussion during the sports season, it's important that they notify you and bring their child in to be evaluated so you can help determine when it's best for the child to return to sports participation. Remember, it's Texas and it's hot outdoors, and a lot of our athletes will be participating in this heat. As a result, it's important to talk carefully with the athletes and their parents about appropriate hydration. Most athletes should actually hydrate several hours before sports participation with water. For every hour the athlete is participating, they should be drinking at least 1/2 to 1 liter of a sports drink during the practice. Also, a good time to educate your families about making wise choices regarding sports. Remind them that if they're given any advice to take any type of supplements or steroids or anything of that nature, that they really need to come in to talk to you to discuss their options. In addition, if they're advised that the patient needs to gain weight or lose weight in a rapid manner, that this really should be only done under a medically supervised plan. As you're talking with teens, remember they may have had significant sports injuries from the last season that weren't fully rehabilitated. If that's the case, remember that we have an excellent sports medicine program at Texas Children's Hospital you can refer patients to. Remember, this may be your only opportunity to see the teen this year, so take advantage of this time and spend it doing any anticipated guidance that you might typically do in this age range, and also make sure you catch them with unnecessary vaccines. Well, enjoy the rest of your summer and get ready for a busy season.
My name is Julieana Nichols. I'm an assistant professor at Texas Children's Hospital, Baylor College of Medicine. I think well child checks are a great opportunity for pediatricians to be able to address parent concerns about issues of development with their children, growth, talk about learning issues, school issues that might come up. And a lot of times this is a perfect time to do that because when you see them for ill visits, you don't get this opportunity. It's also a good time to talk about some of the important screening tests that we do. For example, we need to have annual hearing and vision tests on children. We also need to recommend that they go see the dentist every 6 months at least. And vaccinations. This is a great time to remind them of the need for vaccinations, check their vaccine schedules. Now many of the vaccine schedules are available on electronic medical records. The other important important point is that Texas has an immunization registry that really all providers should be a part of. This really helps when people switch to a different clinic, when they go to a school where the parents lose their shot record, but if you go online to the Texas Immunization Registry, it's always there. And every time we give vaccines, we try to update that registry as providers. There are actually quite a bit of resources available for providers. The main ones that I think are important to know about are the American Academy of Pediatrics website. Has a lot of clinical guidelines, but there's a link to Bright Futures, which is guidelines for health supervision, and it's recently been updated for 2014. So it provides guidelines for practitioners as far as medical screening and developmental screening as well. We really appreciate you joining us. I hope this information can be helpful. I know we're gearing up for a very busy time of year with school starting. So enjoy the rest of the summer and get ready for school.
We hope that you'll join with us in taking the excellent advice from Dr. White-Satcher and Dr. Nichols in terms of how best to get the kids into the office and meet their needs and keep them as healthy as they can be.